Welcome back, you lovely bunch. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're all doing good. Right, it's been a bit of a while since my last vlog, so apologies. I've had a bit of stuff on, so it's been hard to get time to sit down, jump in front of the camera and actually record something. So today I've got something quite exciting and interesting. Well, I find it interesting and exciting. Maybe you guys won't. Hopefully you will. Gravel bikes. Gravel bikes of the future. I'm lucky enough to ride for a rad company, Marin bikes. Their history has been a lot of mountain biking, and now they do a lot of gravel biking too. And a lot of people comment, gravel bikes are turning into like 90s mountain bikes, are gravel bikes just heading the same way as mountain bikes? And possibly, this could be true. Slightly true. I mean, I've just put a suspension seat post and a suspension stem on my gravel bike, thus giving it kind of, I mean, essentially in mountain bike terms, that would be bad suspension up front and bad suspension in the rear. But for gravel, good suspension in the front and good suspension in the rear. Yeah, I think a lot of you are right. Like mountain bikes of the 90s, there are some similarities between those and gravel bikes, and maybe it is going that way. But anyway, I ride for Marin bikes, and obviously I get to look at some of their bikes a little bit early. And with this in mind, I thought you guys might be interested in a little sneak peek of the future of gravel biking. So this is something that I've been working on, and I'm pretty proud of it, I'm going to be honest. It's a work in progress, so I suppose I should show you what I'm talking about, but this is what I'd call the gravel beast of 2022, a gravel bike of the future. So give me a minute and I'm going to go and get it and show you. So yeah, gravel bikes are getting more aggressive, the tyres are getting bigger, the wheels are actually getting smaller. Like a lot more people are running 650s, I'm running 650s, bigger tyres. Is that the way it's going? Right, enough mucking about, I'm just going to show you. This is it. This is the future of gravel. Can you even see that? Let me show you properly. Look what I've done. So, here we have the 2022 Marin full suspension gravel bike. Do you want a closer look? So I think to talk you through this beast properly, and actually to finish off a few bits that I'm going to talk you through, you know, techie bike build here, I'm going to need a beer. So give me one more minute, I'm going to go grab a beer, I'm going to let you look at this bike. Whilst I go and grab a beer, I'll do some nice cutting, pan away shots so you can check everything out, and then, yeah, I'll be right back. You see that? Yeah, a special Goodyear beer from the guys at Stock. And if you're racing Goodyear, grab a can and enjoy it. So I suppose actually, before I go over the pure wizardry and geniusness of this bike, I will tell you a bit about Goodyear, because I don't know which bike to ride it on. So, which bike do you think I should ride it on? My Headlands with the 650Bs, my suspension Nicasio with the 700C wheels, or, I mean, maybe, right? Surely, if this is the future of gravel, what better place to showcase my, like, wizardry would be Goodyear, the ultimate hipster event, you know? Anyway, so, as you can see, I've done an amazing job of taking incredible care to put, like, all this attention to detail in. I'm continuing to do that whilst I talk to you. And my gear shifter does not fit around my bars, so I'm using the lightweight attachment of cable ties and tape in order to keep that firmly in place so I can shift. And at the moment it's got this quite funky thing. Can I show you? So at the moment now, when I try and shift gear, the entire shifter kind of moves, so I have to fix that. And then I have a similar problem with my dropper post. Let me run through what I've got on this bike. So we have a front suspension fork with like that much travel. Let's exaggerate a bit. About that much, a huge amount, massive amount of travel. And then a rear shock with like loads of travel as well. And then it's a full carbon frame, obviously, because you know, a gravel race bike, you need a full carbon frame. So I'm rocking the Goodyear Newton 2.4 inch wide tyres, massive. So I'm gonna have awesome grip on all those gravel trails, and And yeah, let's just not talk about the roady stuff or like the non-gravel deep mud. So it's going to be awesome on the techie stuff, and it's going to be awesome on the rocky stuff. Maybe. Definitely going to be comfortable riding on these bars. I need a few more cable ties, let me grab those. So it's a 1x drivetrain, it's a 12 speed, you know, so it's got a big gear range at the back. Look at it, humongous. And then it's got a little tiny chainring. So definitely more of a climber's bike. You know, I am pulling a bit more weight than my usual bike. I think this one comes in at like 115 kilograms. And yes, I am going to ride this. I'm going to ride it somewhere. I'm not sure whether to actually put bar tape on or just keep it like au natural. So what's my point here? Well, my point is that I've invented an awesome bike, right? That's going to be available to purchase probably never. And my other point is, this is at you guys, pointy, that always tell me, ride a mountain bike. Why don't you ride a mountain bike? Why don't you ride a cross-country bike? You'd be better off on a full suspension bike. Gravel bikes are just mountain bikes. They're the same thing. Put a shock on, do this, do that. They're not the same, right? Bikes aren't the same. Like, a time trial bike isn't a road bike. A road bike isn't a cross bike. A cross bike isn't a gravel bike. Bikes are all like vastly different, right? And this is just awesome. But my long-winded point is that there's a big difference between gravel bikes and mountain bikes, geometry wise, anything, and the only way we're going to really truly find out and settle this debate once and for all is for me to create this monstrosity, to take it out for a ride on the usual gravel trails I do, and then to see and to feed back to you. I mean, maybe I'm going to go out and it's going to be amazing and the best thing ever. I'm going to be, oh my god, all gravel bikes should have suspension. Or maybe it's going to be a bit cumbersome and it's not going to be built for gravel and going fast. It's going to be a bit more slow. And also, I've got a feeling, right? I mean, I'm not sure, like, how comfortable it's going to be. I'm going to be like permanently on the drops and it's going to be weird with the bob on the fork. But this is my 2022 gravel bike. I mean, it's totally not my 2022 gravel bike and I'm only going to ride it a few times. Well, actually, I've currently misplaced the bars for it. So if I want to ride mountain bikes, or especially a full suspension mountain bike, it's going to have to be a full suspension gravel bike. Does it become a gravel bike just because it's got drop bars on it? So what do you guys think? Is gravel biking going to be just like mountain biking in 2 years? Or all gravel bikes going to have like a small travel frame, like a small travel fork? Like you've already got the Lauf fork that gives you suspension up the front, and then you have like suspension seat posts. Some of them have dropper seat posts. There's a lot of things that come over from mountain biking because it works. And there's a lot of things that will never come over because it just doesn't work. Things like the geometry of the frame, the fully aggressive like dual suspension like setup is just not good for like hard packed gravel. I mean, imagine riding dirty Kanza on this. I mean, that said, I'm quite looking forward to having a bit of fun on it. I might actually need to take the bars. But my gear shifter seems nice and not secure, so I'm sure it will last. A few more cable ties, that'll polish that up, that'll be fine. And I think it's rad. Well, maybe that's just because I've had probably more than one of these. So this is certainly not just me drinking a couple of beers and coming up with a stupid idea. It's genuinely me tackling a very commonly discussed topic among the gravel world, addressing those like important issues in gravel. Who cares about the Tour de France? Like when you've got full suspension gravel bikes to think about. So let me know what you guys think. What's the future of gravel biking? Is this it? I mean, maybe a slightly more refined version. But do you think? I can't wait to ride this. It's going to be a mixture of awful, hilarious fun. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye.